All right. So yesterday I said I would read one page from the Daily Drucker, Rain or Shine, and it's raining. So, so that's actually perfect. All right. So day 2 of the Daily Drucker, a book that I'm reading on a daily basis to inspire me to become a better manager, a better leader, and inspire others to do better in business, and also to face my fear to read in public, which is one of my major weaknesses. So day 2, identifying the future. The important thing is to identify the future that has already happened. That is the title. Futurists always measure their batting average by counting how many things they have predicted that have come true. They never count how many important things come true that they did not predict. They never count many important things come true that they did not predict. Everything a forecaster predicts may come to pass. Yet, he may not have seen the most meaningful of the emergent realities, or, worse still, may have not paid attention to them. There is no way to avoid this irrelevancy in forecasting, for the important and distinctive are always the result of the changes in values, perception, and goals. That is, in things that one can divine but not forecast. This is kind of interesting. I think what this is saying is that the folks that always want to predict the future or want to predict what is going to happen, they only count the things that they got right. The folks that say this is going to happen, and it doesn't happen, they go in complete seclusion. So I think it's one of the learnings from here, and I'm going to read the second part in a second. One of the learnings from here may be that a lot of us think about that I told you so mentality, where, hey, I told you this was going to happen, and it happened, but then when it actually doesn't happen, you don't say anything. And the reason for that is because we always try to use experience and the past to foresee something that's going to happen, and we really want to be right. Like, for example, I am foreseeing that Bitcoin will crash. Again, I'm not a futurist, and I'm almost waiting for Bitcoin to crash because I didn't invest, or at least I didn't invest that much. So obviously, because I didn't get early in it, I'm sort of wishing for it to crash. And if it does crash, I may go out there and boast to everybody that Bitcoin crashed and you should not have invested in the first place. But all this time that Bitcoin keeps going up and up and up, where I probably should have put more money in a couple of months ago, I'm basically not saying anything about it. So that's maybe what I get from it. Let's see what the second half says. But the most important work of the executive is to identify the changes that have already happened. The important challenge in society, economics, politics, is to exploit the changes that have already occurred and to use them as opportunities. Yeah, I like that. The important thing is to identify the future that has already happened. That's in quotes. And to develop a methodology for perceiving and analyzing these changes. A good ideal of this methodology is incorporated in Peter Drucker's book called Innovation and Entrepreneurship from 1985, which shows how systematically looks at changes in society, in demographics, in meaning, in science and technology as opportunities to make the future. Action point: identify the major trends in your market that have already appeared. Write a page on their likely longevity and impact on life and organization. So, as a manager, as a leader, I would say that the reflections from that is that there's one thing that is happening for sure, which is life is happening, the past is happening, it's happening to you, it's happening around us. And instead of spending so much time thinking about what's going to happen tomorrow, or what being right or being wrong of what should happen tomorrow based on your experience, I think the more valuable piece would be to be an active observant of what is going on, Be an active observant about the present that's becoming the past and is becoming history. And write down what you're seeing, write down what you're observing, and take a look at every single moment, every single thing that happens to you or around you as an opportunity to do something better, or an opportunity to do something better with your business. So rain or shine, day 2, Daily Drucker. Hope you enjoy this. If you like this, or if you have some ideas or maybe a different interpretation, go ahead and put some comments below. Thank you, and see you tomorrow.